1, 2. Okay, ready, Giorgio? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, folks. Great day yesterday. There's just one or two things we'd like to talk about from yesterday. And first of all, I'd like to thank you all for being so cooperative. It was really good of you. It worked out very well. The weather in the morning looked so horrid, nobody thought we would fly. And then when we were on the grid and the cumulus were appearing and everybody said, oh, the task is too short, and in the end it all worked out okay. Yeah? So all's well that ends well. We had a couple of small things yesterday, which I'll come on to. If we can go to the next slide, please, Giorgio. First of all, the sponsor for today. You can decide what you do with it.
English humor.
No, Giorgio already has had one good idea, but I can't repeat it. Yeah,
This one.
yeah, you can clean your teeth with it, Tilo. Yeah. So that's the Society Italiano Tecnospazzole. Hey, bravo. Getting better. And they are sponsors for today. And if we go to the next slide, please, Giorgio, and just tick on one more. We have to make an apology yesterday that we got the start time a minute out. Yeah? And it was quite interesting because Giorgio was counting down and you were all flying on again. Come on, Giorgio, let's go.
Sorry, my mistake, my mistake.
Anyway, we've given his minute back, yeah, and he'll set his clock exactly right today, yeah, so that should be okay. And the next thing we want to talk about is the heights on the broadcast. When you look at the highlights video and at the race broadcast, you'll see that the altitude on 2 or 3 of the yellow bricks was, or 2 or 3 of the little the little labels, was incorrect. And we didn't realize, we saw at the start that there was some sort of problem with 2 or 3. We didn't know what it was. It became more obvious during the flight that certainly Didier's and I think René's and I think Ricky's was wrong. And we now know what the problem is. We found the problem. It was a problem with a setting that was put into the data for the FLARM use, but not taken out for the yellow brick, and it was artificially modifying the altitudes. Fixed it now, so that's good. It'll be at the right altitude today. But what it does mean is on the commentary, some of the commentary was based on, this is really low, this is really surprising. Yeah? So Didier, you're a real hero to all our viewers, yeah? Especially because it seems you can tunnel through the mountain. Yeah? But anyway, it's all worked out all right, so that's good. And lastly, we have to say well done to Tom. Hang on, he can't do it. Oh, we had a special surprise for you, Tom. It's okay, it doesn't work. But Tom, you made a great decision yesterday, and we all appreciate it. It's dead easy for us to carry on and forget our safety. Tom, here, we got something for you. Come on, Tom. That's very good.
I have the coordinates for the highest bidder.
It's always easy to leave it just a little bit too late, the decision. And it's really nice to see somebody being really mature, really grown up about it and saying, oh, not for me anymore. I'm going to land safely. And we thank you for that, Tom, because it's easy not to do that. So, Giorgio, I think it's over to you now.
So, good morning again. We start with the weather information. Analysis on surface last night at 2 o'clock. As you can see, the high pressure ridges all over southern Europe, Italy as well. The high pressure center is here with a maximum of 1020, and it's just over our area. So nothing special on the ground, no wind, because the isobar are so far away one from each other. In altitude, similar situation of the last 2 days, but the winds are weakening. So we only have at flight level 180, we only have 10, 15 knots wind. So something is moving, especially in altitude, but it slowly, very, very slowly. Meteosat infrared picture, it's nothing, but it's much more interesting what is possible to see on the visible picture, which is this one. And you can see, and we will give an explanation of what is going on, there is a developing of high clouds, middle level clouds, due to humidity and temperature are very close. We will see it later. For this reason, the system is pessimistic, because as you can see in our area shows a potential flight distance of 0, but we don't believe so much that. So you see that at the beginning of the day, like yesterday, we have a middle cloud cover, quite intense, that is going to disappear during the day. So it will happen almost the same as yesterday. And we will have developing of clouds, but we have the problem of the humidity and temperature line in average, in middle altitude, too close. And so the clouds will develop in altitude up to around 3,500, 4,000 meters. It means we will have a little bit more shadow, more clouds and more shadow from yesterday. Developing of condition from 12:30, 1 o'clock, increasing in ceiling up to 15, 16, 1700 meters. Average climb like yesterday, 1.5, maybe 2 meters, if you are lucky like Tilo. On the eastern part, it's similar. Again, we have clouds at the beginning, becoming a little bit better. The ceiling is a little bit, just a little few hundred meters higher, and the thermals are starting as well at 12:30 and going on until around 5 o'clock local time in the afternoon. I wanted to show you this one. No, sorry, it's not this one. It's this. I'm sorry, I cannot show the sounding on Varese because the server is broken, and so we have old data. But around midday, this is the trouble. The two lines are very close, up to 4,000 meters. We will not have any shower or any big thunderstorm, because then in altitude, it's dry enough not to create a thunderstorm. But in this middle level, they are very close, and this means that we have, as soon as the sun is coming, we have immediately condensation, which are not made by thermal, it's just the level of the clouds. So they will disappear during the day. We go on, this is 12 Zulu. If we go 13 Zulu and 14 Zulu, they will stay a little bit, but they reduce in altitude. So we will fly below that. You see this is drawing the maximum altitude on this area, and it will be 1,500 meters. Okay, so it's very similar to yesterday. At the beginning, a little bit problem with shadow. Insolation is a little bit reduced, but then it will open up again like yesterday. At least we hope it will happen like that. Back to the presentation, to the PowerPoint. We have decided to do like that. So we start from Calcinate, like usual. We go to Roncola, that is this village on the ridge of Albenza mountain. Back to Gemonio, the same turning point as yesterday, just at the end of the ridge of Campo dei Fiori. Then we go in Erba, you already saw the place. Control East, reporting point, Calcinate. With the reporting point of yesterday, you were well aligned with the runway, so I could see you earlier than with the other turning point because I have trees on that side. For me, it looked okay. I don't know if you have any remark about that. It seems to be working fine. About landing possibility, I think I have nothing to say because it's almost the same. I just want to remind you that this is an airstrip. It's suitable for landing, but we are not going to tow them from there because it's too narrow. It's long enough, but it's narrow. So it's possible to land. It's no problem. You have another good landing spot here, La Poncha, right here, and then all the other you already know very well. Any question? Okay, thank you. Can we go back? Yep.
So the positions overall. We have an equal first place now. So that's interesting to see. We have to separate them by speed, but not at this stage. We only have to worry about a tiebreak if we get to the end. So something will change today, I'm sure. And then in third place, we have Romain. And fourth place, we have Sebastian. So it's very tight at the top. There's plenty to fly for. It's going to be very interesting. Even down into 8th place, it's still possible to get into first place today almost. Down to 7th place, certainly. So what I would like to say about today is that we will monitor the weather situation. We may need to change the task. If we do, we'll do it before the pushback time or around about then, and we'll let you know on the field. So when we go for pushback, if there is another task, if we think it's too long or too short, then we will change it and we'll give you another task sheet on the grid. Okay, I think they're going to play the highlights video from yesterday after the briefing. If you stay and watch if you wish, otherwise we'll see you on the field at 12:30. Thanks, guys.
Good afternoon and welcome to Varese. This is day 3. We're hoping to have a good race today. We had a fantastic race yesterday, really close. First 3 across the line were Sebastian, Max and Roman from the Czech Republic. Although that wasn't the final result. It was very close, but unfortunately they were a little low over the finish line and there were some time penalties applied.
Start from Varese, like that is too small. We start again from Calcinate, you go to Lovere, that is a few kilometers east of where you were yesterday, so just on the other side of the mountain. Then back to Saltrio, which is a village at the mountain San Giorgio, very close to the cave you have on the mountain, the mine you have on the mountain. Then we go to Erba, very close to Alzate, very close to the ridge, and back home with Varese Hospital reporting point.
So, first race in the final, and you come away with a point. Well done.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
No, very good.
Excited. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, better than 0 points. You know, it's so disappointing to, fly a good task and get 0 points. So I'm really happy about this 1 point.
tell us what you're doing.
I prepare my logger, my second logger, because it's better to have a second. Maybe the first will fail, so it's nice to have a second.
What are you doing?
I'm preparing my glider because my result from yesterday cannot be me, must be the glider.
Fantastic. We're just going to see if we can change the view to see where all of the gliders are. Where's the leading pack?
Anyway, they started at 14:10, and in less than 1 hour, they are almost at the turning point. That is 101 kilometers. So the average speed of the flight, it's pretty good
100 kilometers an hour. Not too shabby.
with the gain of altitude. So yeah, then it will increase.
Yes. So we're expecting a faster race today than yesterday.
Yeah, I expect a faster race. Yes.
Giorgio taking a more southerly route, following the ridges, but he's 500 meters or so below the others. Werner Arman and Sebastian, 1700 meters. Just waiting to see if they stop and climb or whether they'll push on.
Well, Giorgio's doing well. I mean, he's not hung around, has he?
No.
He's really got it. He's really going for it now, and he's really he's decided that that's his strategy. He's going to try and make it work.
So first through, they may well be able to see him now. He'll be high. Yep.
Already turned out, so
he's turned.
He's back.
Second
So
round will be Sebastian.
Yeah, he's crossing the others, but he has 400 meter advantage.
Yeah.
With if we can imagine, we have around 2 meter per second average speed in climbing. 400 meter is 200 seconds, so he has around a 3 minutes advantage. And with these 3 minutes at the average speed they fly, it's around 10 kilometers.
So Christophe Abadé, second to turn, followed by Roman Merschek, Maximilian and Sebastian. And then another group just behind them. You can see the chasing pack behind. Giorgio comfortable at 600 meters, where the chasing pack are between 400 and 800 meters. Christophe Abadé just having a fantastic pull up there. It went from 400 meters to 580 meters. And there's a fantastic picture of how close the airfield is to the lake. In fact, as you go off the end of the runway on your aerotow, you go over a short line of trees, and then the next thing you see is the water. So Roman Merschek in second place, and closely followed by the chasing pack. Christophe Abadé from France. Again, not a mountain pilot that you would know, but done very well today. He's doing really well here. And in third place, and it looks like Christophe Rouche in fourth, and Sebastian in fifth, Maximilian in sixth, Uli up there as well in seventh.
Well, what was that like?
Thank you. Because I flew alone. I lived really nice thermal with some gliders lower than the other, and I flew along.
Were you enjoying being out on your own there?
Yes, I enjoyed today.
We could see the grin on your face from back here.
Thank you.
So you had a very good day today.
Yes, I had a good day. Today is gone.
Well, we'll see you on the podium tonight.
Okay, fine. I am happy.
Well done, Giorgio. Forza! Right! That's very good.
And good afternoon and welcome to the Sailplane Grand Prix here in Varese in Italy. This is day 4. Fantastic day today. We've got blue skies around us. Just give you a recap of the results for yesterday. So in third place we had, it's windy to hear today, Christophe Abadé, and in second place Roman Mercek, and in first place Giorgio Galetto, the local hero from Italy.
Task like the other day, we start from Calcinati Airfield, we go to Erba, you already know the place, you overflew already, back to Gemonio, that is just at the end of the ridge of Campo dei Fiori, Alzate Brianza Airfield, the new control point, as you can see, Varese Hospital is here, is just 1.5 kilometers south, and then it's just straight on to the runway.
Thomas, do you have a moment?
Yes.
How was your day yesterday?
My day was very nice, the flight, but I was slow. Slow and low sometimes. But I enjoyed very much the flight.
Giorgio, can we just interrupt you? I know you're just about to get in because the tugs are firing up, but very well done yesterday, fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yesterday was gone, but has gone. But today is another day. You know, with the Grand Prix is always 10 point or 0 point is possible. So we have to fight.
You're not far away. We should have a few more days yet. So what will you do differently today?
I will fly. I hope this is not the day that Peter Hartmann said, Varese, September, forget water.
starting to turn towards the line. Not quite sure where Rasmus is going. Ricky very low, 855 metres. I hope he's got a plan. A nice overhead shot. Thank you, Benji. And Rasmus now through the line. Looks like he was first through. Maximilian from France on the northern side of the line. Everybody pretty much close together.
And so he keeps flying straight on until he finds a very good area, a very good lift, and so he can try to get a thermal. Uli is joining. Roman found something, made the first turn to the right. Seems to be working.
And Tom Claffey joining in there as well, Captain Tom.
Tom, Thilo, and Max, Didier, and Giorgio. Yes, everybody is pointing up there. Didier rounded the turning point, but he is very low now.
Really low, 540 metres.
Yeah, because the ground here is around 150 metres higher.
Maybe looking at Didier's altitude at the moment, it could be going wrong for him because he's really operating quite a bit lower. He needs to take a chance today. He's got to push because he's fallen behind in this competition. And the question is the energy going to be better lower down, or is it going to be better to stick near the top of the hill?
Well, just a bit of a recap. We've got Didier out in front, and the chasing pack of have caught up with Rasmus and Uli, who were the other early pace setters, and Thilo, who was hanging back a little, is now back in with that group, along with Christophe Abadet, Werner Arman, one of our pace setters from yesterday, and Ricky Brigladori coming in to join that climb there.
Now it is almost one choice for Thilo at this altitude. Just keep going on the hills, try to find the thermal. If doesn't find the thermal, he has to go a little bit right, following the other hills, where pointing to the red cylinder. If he gets a good thermal, it's in good position to win the day.
Thilo just under 13 kilometres to go, flying quite slowly. Just using the energy that he's picking up. He's actually stopped and trying to climb now.
He slowed right down on that one because I think he realised that he just needs a climb. The speed he flies at now is not relevant. What matters is to find one decent thermal to give him the altitude to take the turn and go home.
Out in front, Thilo Hollyhouse from Germany, Managing Director of Schemp Earth. And second, Werner Arman from Austria. But a little low. He needs to, decent pull up. There's a decent one. Well done, Werner. Just what was needed. Sebastian not far behind.
Well, Thilo, your first home. How does that feel?
Well, it just feels just fantastic. I'm very exhausted one side. I put everything on one card, and I found just south of Como over the big station the best thermal of the day. And everybody else, I think, went to the via the big detour via the mountains. I took the direct course, and well, it worked out. I was below the others. I had only one choice to do to get myself forward, but it worked so good. I'm very pleased. I'm very happy.
Very, very well done, Thilo. You gave us a very exciting race, and we were all watching what you were doing. We saw your tactics, and we're so pleased it worked out for you. We'll see you on the podium later, and well done, mate.
Well, thank you very much.